Hello, Cashify. I don't know where I'm going with this, but you made somewhat of a plea to not have the ad hominems, and you didn't actually, as far as I saw, accuse me of doing that. But I've been getting to the edge of that, and the AIST you said is doing that. Well, I will not defend the AIST other than to say that I think his heart is in the right place, like I think your heart is in the right place, and I think we're all close enough that we want to bring the other person around actually to at least see something, or maybe convince them, or whatever. But it's very difficult. Okay, now, in my case, I think I have stepped up to the edge, and a couple of your comments, I'm just like, that's pathetic. That's a quote, and that's bullshit. Okay, why? Because I'm tired of the glib responses that you have, and you are ignoring. You keep attributing to me, and you say, "Oh, we have to," like you said, people have to be judged by the era that they're in. What? No, that's not me at all. You keep ascribing things to me, and then you're very glib about the responses. And I think I have faith that you are able to make a more coherent answer. Now, on top of that, I think that we are something very delicate here. Something I would like you to at least see, or if you refuse to see it, for you to have overtly refused to see it. And I think you did see it. And this is where we had this moment of you're just sort of making a plea of let's make sure we keep back together and be civil. First of all, don't go over the line. That you are not my guru, I'm not your guru. Okay, you're not teaching me, and no, you have not seen the steps. I guarantee you, you have not seen the steps that I have walked on my enlightenment. I don't claim to have seen yours, but I have seen certain of the outlooks, certain of the overlooks on that path. And this is the one I think is key. This is what I claim, that you were not humble. You went off on some idea about humility. I think the humility sort of got to you. You want to be humble in the face of an awe-inspired. And that's the thing you're missing. When we say, because see, I had this kind of an idea when I was younger. Maybe we could visualize, and I still believe the power of visualization, but it's a material power. Okay? It's not a magic power. It's not going to get you beyond the limitations. You need to embrace the limitations of physical reality in order to visualize at your full potential. That's my belief. And then what I had said, and what hopefully gets through there, that because I want you to see this idea. Okay, I usually don't care, okay, if people see. I want you to see this idea. To be humble, to learn from the universe, requires that no, what you believe does not make reality. Reality makes what you should believe. Okay. Now, it's a tricky thing, because if you just give in to what you think reality is telling you, it isn't. It's telling you a lot more than that. If you accept limitations, I can't fly. Look, reality's telling me I'm a heavy object. I can't fly. Well, then you never become the Wright brothers. You never get in a plane and fly the way you really could. But that's the thing. If you say, whatever you believe strongly enough becomes real, then you are the creator. Then what happened to you listening to nature? What is it to listen to? Nothing. Nothing. Whenever you listen to nature and say, oh, conservation of energy, that becomes a limitation, right? You should just believe no conservation of energy. I'm a fount of creating energy. There's no conservation of energy. I just create as much as I want. And if you don't do that, then you failed. You should believe more. No, you believe more. You believe I can create a perpetual motion machine. All I need to do is believe it. Now, lots of people have believed that with all of their heart. And they couldn't realize it because Mother Nature is telling you no. Mother Nature says there's cycle. There is cycle and energy flow. And one result of that, or way of expressing that, or a pattern describing that, is conservation of energy. Conservation of energy is beautiful. These limitations are for us to embrace and learn and study and figure out, why is it beautiful? Friction. Oh, friction. I chafed my hands carrying the log because of friction. The logs were heavy because of gravity. These are hard things for me. I want to believe I can not have friction and gravity. And then what? And then you fly off into space. You can't have whatever you want because you don't know what to want until you go to nature. Until you go to nature, and that means all the laws of physics of nature. And find out what nature's telling you and listen. That is the humility of natural philosophy.